Welcome to War Thunder. What's up, dude? How y'all doing today? Well, I've flown the requisite number of missions and accrued the prerequisite number of points. And yeah, this plane is a absolute joke fest. Now, it's not a bad plane for what it was designed to do. The problem is the missions that this plane gets to go on. I have picked it out in several missions and rejected every one of them. The maps are too small. The targets are too useless. The reason to fly this plane, especially with the air-to-air armament that it has, is pathetic. This is a plane that needs, not desires, needs the biggest maps that War Thunder can throw at it. And the reason it needs these maps is because, one, it's very fast. Two, it carries a tremendous amount of fuel. Three, it carries a tremendous bomb load. And four, it needs something that's worthwhile to bomb. Now, those of you that think that this is an air-to-air god, are you idiots, or have you just lost your sensibilities? I guess that means the same thing both ways. AIM-9Bs. Oh God, they're horrible. At 10.3, the absolute minimum should be AIM-9Es, if not better. Because, let's just face it, 10.3 for AIM-9Ls. AIM-9Ls. Sparrow Fs. 11.3, 10.3 with the F8E. It has Sidewinder Ds, 9, and Sidewinder Cs. AIM-9Js. And that's just the American tree. Go into Germany. 11.0, we have, what is it? Don't know. R60 MKs. Not a bad weapon. AIM-9L. R60 MKs, R27Ts, R27Rs. Yeah, okay. Russia. R27Ms. No, R60Ms. Excuse me. R60s. R60s. R60Ms. I mean, we're talking about being outgunned. Well, maybe not so much outgunned, because it does have a 20mm Gatling gun with over 2,000 rounds, so it can stay in the gunfight for a long time. The problem is, it maneuvers like a pig. It's good at rooting up the ground, but it's not a whole lot of good at air-to-air air combat maneuvering. This plane was not designed with ACM in mind. It was designed with plastering ground targets and turning them into flaming wreckage. But if you're going to give it missiles, give it a missile that's worthwhile. Yes, it's fast, but it's going after targets that are obvious. Way too obvious. Now you can fly off in an oddball direction and then come in from a different vector to drop your load. But the minute you do, you are known. You have flown into the visual range of the enemy, and you are ill-equipped to deal with the enemy other than speed and a gun. You haven't got maneuverability. You haven't got a missile that's worth a plug nickel. And you're basically a hot target. You haven't got a lot of countermeasures. What do you got? 52. How long are you going to be popping flares and chaff? And if you're popping both flares and chaff, how long is that going to last? Not very. So basically, they're going to run you down. You're not maneuverable. You're not stealthy. You're not a cold target. And you're basically outdone by every dedicated fighter in the air. Now I said the same thing about the F-105. The F-105 got a gun, got missiles, they're AIM-9Es, which I consider the absolute minimum. If you're in the 9.0 bracket, you have a good missile in AIM-9B. The FJ-4B, 8.7, it's got AIM-9Bs. Good. The F-111 at 10.3 should have AIM-9Es at the absolute minimum. Haven't found a mission I'm willing to fly this on yet. The maps are too small, the targets are too obvious, and everything is directly between two air bases. That makes it a no-go plane. You haven't got the maneuverability, you haven't got the weapons, you haven't got the flares and chaff. This plane is a meme plane. I love it. I absolutely love the F-111. I want to be able to fly it. But unless it gets the EC maps, it isn't worth taking out. The EC maps are the only maps that this thing should be flown on because of its airborne mission. This is designed to plaster ground targets. And Gaijin just does not get it. it was never designed to be an air superiority fighter. Now, the Navy version was designed to be a fleet interceptor. It was designed to go high, go fast, and launch Phoenix missiles. But it was a heavy boy. And even after 2 weight reduction programs, it was still too heavy for the carriers. That says a lot. When a carrier can land a C-130 but can't load one of these planes for takeoff and landing, that tells you a lot. This is probably the biggest disappointment in the game. And I thought the A6E tram was a disappointment. Well, at least the A6 and the A7K, they have respectable self-defense capabilities. This plane? Not really. Not really at all. I would rather take an F-86 up against a Su-22 than fly this plane. And it's not because this is a bad plane. It's because this plane does not have the armament to be dealing with a Su-22. And a Su-22 is a strike aircraft like this aircraft. This is not a fighter. Strike aircraft. Fighter jet or jet fighter. Strike aircraft, naval aircraft. Jet fighter, naval aircraft. Strike aircraft. These 2 planes, the F-105, the F-111, are strike aircraft. They are designed to put bombs on target. And currently, they do not have a mission because Gaijin refuses to use the EC maps for some reason for these 10.0 planes. That is a mistake. EC maps should be used for any plane, well, rank 5, 6, rank 6 and above. Now, yeah, you're not going to have some planes that are going to be real fast. Rank 6. Well, let's see. We've got the F-104, FJ-4B, F-3H2, the F-86 F-2, the A-4E early, the F-4D1. I mean, yeah, some are subsonic, some are supersonic. Rank 6 and above should be EC and only EC maps. And that would make actual flights on those maps better. right now, we're screwed. We are literally screwed because if you are in a strike aircraft, FJ4B, where is it? I know they hit it there. Oh yeah, the A4B, the A4E early, the FJ4B, A10, AV8A, AV8B, or AV8C. We haven't got the AV8B yet. The A10A late, the F105, the F111, the A7, actually 3 A7s, the A6E Tram. This is where Gaijin's not paying attention to the game. It just makes no sense that these planes are flying on medium-sized maps where everything is condensed into one location. You can't fly these planes in that tight of a firing line. Everything is team deathmatch. Team deathmatch is not fun. You're always going to have somebody who's going to have the latest and greatest, most up-to-datest kill weapon. Well, A7 has got the A7K has the AIM-9L. The A7D, which is an Air Force plane, has the AIM-9J. The A7E has the AIM-9G. Again, we've gone through the F-8E. Well, the F-4J Phantom II, AIM-9Gs, and the Dogfight Sparrows. The F-4E has got the Dogfight Sparrows and the AIM-9J. You've got the AIM-9J on the F-5E, the Tiger II. You've got the AIM-9E on the Scotia Tiger, the F-5C. Same thing on the A5 or F-5A. Those planes, and because of the way Gaijin makes mixed battles, which is absolutely insane and absurd, you end up flying against American planes in an American plane, which is absolutely dunderheaded. Oh, but we gotta be able to get the teams and keep the queue times down. I don't care about the queue times. If you've got a bunch of players that are acid freaks that have to be going 1,000,000 miles an hour, point them at friggin' arcade where they can take out a full lineup of aircraft and go fly all day long in one battle. Some of us are trying to play seriously. We enjoy using the plane the way it was designed to be used. The F-11, F-111, and the F-105 are strike aircraft. We need better strike targets. We need bridges. We need railheads. We need factories. We need anything but these idiotic strategic targets which don't amount to anything. They don't move the needle. We need real targets. Now, that might require Gaijin to actually do a little work on creating models. I mean, we've already got one rail yard in the game, and I can't remember the name of the map, and it doesn't matter what the name of the map is. The fact is, there's one where there's a boatload of rail targets. And that should be an indication that they can do that. You know, they don't add up to a whole lot unless you get them all in one. If you wipe out all of them, you get a pretty good score there. And a lot of players just want to do that. They want to wreck ground targets. But what do we get? Nope, can't do that. We should be getting stuff like Haiphong Harbor. We should be getting Thud Ridge. And being able to take on Thud Ridge without having to wait for Washington to give us the orders and tell us exactly how they're going to fly down Thud Ridge and allow Vietnamese AAA to literally destroy everything coming down. Because Washington says you're going to fly at this height, at this speed, from this direction, and exit this direction. And after a couple of flights, Vietnamese went, hey, there they are. There they come, same old way. Open up. They don't even need AAA missiles. They just need their AAA guns. But no, we have Gaijin giving us strategic targets, quote signs around that, which regenerate after you've bombed them. Why? Why is that regenerating? Well, to give you another shot at it. No. When it's gone, it's gone. Boom, gone. And when it's gone, when they're all gone, give us the base to bomb. The F-111 carries a bomb load. And it can carry a bomb load at very high altitude. Yeah, right now, they're saying the altitude, max altitude is 39,990 feet. Wrong. Seriously wrong. This plane could carry a huge bomb load. That might be the max altitude with a full bomb load. But this plane could fly much higher. Don't believe me? Look it up. And we don't even have the terrain following radar, where this thing could be down on the deck 200 feet off the ground flying at Mach. Because the radar gave them pointers and cues: pull up, pull down. Yeah, that's how an F-111 aardvark, or actually it was a Raven, down on the deck, coaxed a Iraqi F-1, the French aircraft F-1, into chasing it and then slamming into the ground because the Iraqi couldn't see where he was going. Of course, it was also night. So, this is the failure of Gaijin to set things up properly for various aircraft. The F-105 and the F-111A are fighting with both hands tied behind their back. And the F-111A is fighting with also one of its feet tied behind its back. At least the 105 is semi-credible in air-to-air combat. Semi-credible. Every other strike aircraft in this battle rating area, in my opinion, is superior to both of these planes. They're not bad planes. The maps that they have to fight on are what are bad. Alright, enough bitching and complaining. This is Subdued signing out. Y'all have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow. We'll catch you in the sky in Air Realistic. And until Gaijin does a cranial rectal inversion, you won't be seeing me fly this plane. Subdued.